honest with yourself and figure out where you need to improve on. If you have questions about any of these areas, then you come see us and we'll talk about specific steps that you can do to actually develop that plan. But you need to be thinking, how can I make this time productive for me? Besides making great grades, turning in those research projects, getting through the rigors of graduate school, what else can I do right now, since I know this information ahead of time, make this next year or several years ahead of me productive for me? How can you use your current position, your GA position, your internship, practicum experience, research experience, whatever you're doing right now, how can you acquire certain skills that you need to acquire to be competitive? And the way you figure out what those skills are by talking to people, talking to faculty members, looking at position postings, things of that nature. And of course, take advantage of the Career Center services. We are here for you. And I absolutely love when I do a workshop and I have a student make a follow-up appointment. Know that you get the free career coaching basically. We can help you through everything of taking assessments and deciding if this is the right path that you want to do, making sure that you're looking in the right places, doing interviews, critiquing your correspondence, applying to another graduate program after you're finished with this one if you want to continue on with your education. We can help you with a variety of things. So please make your life a little bit easier and use our services. And don't stress out over that area. Questions? Okay, well, our next events, and we'll have more in the spring too, but for the fall, October 26th will be writing your way to the next step. That's all types of application statements. And then the last one this semester will be November 30th, marketing yourself, the resume and curriculum vita. But a follow-up question for another Pathfinder. You are so excited, right? What was the one thing I wanted to make sure that you knew? When does your career start? No. Okay, I heard you first. Good, right now. All right, now here's a personal question for the last one. What is one thing that one of you have realized today that you need to do that you're going to start doing after leaving today? And anybody can answer, just the first one gets the pencil. Yes, ma'am, in the back.
I need to establish and maintain my relationships and also the relationship with my faculty, education organization, friends.
Exactly, so nurture those relationships. And so you're gonna, is that what you said? You said nurture relationships, right?
Yeah.
Yes, with faculty and other friends. Good, exactly. And make a concerted effort to do that. It's very, very important. And I know we get so stressed out in the chaos of life, but graduate school and school period is the perfect place to network because we're always together and working on the same types of projects. So, and you're with people with similar interests, so it really works out. Yes?
Do we sign up for the next workshops to emails?
Yes, if you will just email me and let me know that you would like to attend, that'd be great, and I'll just write down your name and you'll be ready to go. And you'll have my business card. Wait for a second. So if you need to reach out to me, you can. Do you have any other questions?
How can I access those files?
If you'll email me, I will forward it to you. So just let me know. I can email that to you. It's not online, but I can email it to you. Okay. Any other questions? Yes.
I have just kind of a general question about applications. So like, if you're using like a job search website, and is it usually best to do the online application or try to contact like somebody at that company in human resources directly?
Great question. Both. When you're applying online, it always feels to many people, including myself, that you're kind of sending it off into this black hole. And you're like, okay, did somebody get it? Or is it just sitting out there in the internet world? You have to do it because company policy or institution policy usually requires that you do it. Their HR policy does. But to make yourself competitive, if you can figure out, and you need to try to figure out who the chair of the department is, or the hiring manager, or the name of the supervisor, find out who that is. With large companies or institutions, their email addresses will be online, and so you apply through the online method that they want you to do, and then you take an additional step. You send your resume, your cover letter, and any other application statement that they're requiring to the person that you think would be deciding. And a lot of times it's search committee, so you can't really figure out who that is, but you can send it to the head of the department. And you'll say, dear so-and-so, I applied this morning for this position through the website. I just want to send you a copy of my application materials for your records. Please let me know if there's anything else that you need. Thank you and best of luck in your search. It's really short, really sweet, to the point. Sometimes you get a response back, and that's very exciting. Sometimes you don't, and that doesn't mean anything necessarily, but it gets you out ahead of the game a little bit. And if for some reason that application maybe didn't go through right on the online side, because sometimes there are glitches, then you'll be in front of somebody. If they're really interested, they'll be like, well, she said she applied here, but I don't see it, so they might be able to follow up with you. So good question, and the answer is always go as many steps as possible. But you always have to definitely do the online application, they require it.
But sometimes you get a negative response, so you will say something like, please go ahead and submit these applications and materials on
Yeah.
online application. We don't receive emails or stuff like this.
Yeah, sometimes you do get a negative response. That's why you definitely need to apply first and just say, here it is for your records. But yeah, and that's the sad part. Thank you for bringing that up of the job search. It can be very degrading. I actually kept account of how many people said no or just didn't say anything at all. But you know, guess what? I'm employed, so it worked out, right? You know, so some people, they have I guess a sixth sense of humor. They collect all their, rejection letters because there's so many of them. And so know if this is you and you're going through this process, you're not alone. It's actually why the people at the Career Center have a job to help you go through the process. So it can be degrading, but realize that it's not you necessarily. And if you do think it's you, it might be a skill that we need to work on, and then we can actually help you, become a better job searcher or a better candidate. Do you have another question? Okay. All right. Any other questions? Well, before you leave today, I'd love some feedback from you, and please be honest, because I like to start design the series for you. And there's an evaluation going around. This one I do need back. You don't have to put your name on it or anything like that. But if you have any ideas for future topics for the spring, because I'm still working on that agenda, or need some feedback for this one as well, please give that to me. And also let me know about location. I teach in this classroom a lot, so it's easy for me to be over here, but I'm not sure if it's easy for everybody else to come this way. And so on that sheet is a question asking you, would you rather have it here, the Career Center, which is in Martindale, which is the Student Services Building, or would you rather have it at the Union, so maybe you could go pick some lunch up or something like that, and we could do it at a meeting room. And I will take that into consideration in planning the next place. Okay. Thank you all so much for coming. I appreciate you being here.
Thank you.